I'm late, but you know, sometimes I'm late. Yeah, well, if you know me, lots of times I'm late, but I can be on time. I need to work on that. I think I have everything ready and I'm ready to go, and then something else happens, like my earring fell out, and the Christmas lights are on a timer behind me and on the tree, so they went off, and just little things that I'm like, oh my gosh, and I didn't have my socks on. But I put on my socks and slippers, and I'm remembering to show my slippers this time, although they're a little bit bright. But they're really cute for Christmas. Yeah, so I don't know if I should move that a little bit. Yeah, it's Christmassy. So this is my last episode before Christmas, so I thought that I would do it near the Christmas tree. And I have some baskets here, actually gifts, but I haven't given them out yet. And thought if I use them on my live, then, you know, I can have a picture of them even though I'm giving them away. So, alright, so this is episode, is it 12? Or 13? 12? I can't remember. I just wrote it down on this, but I think I have one more before the end of the year in a week. So I hope everybody's ready for Christmas. I made homemade eggnog yesterday. That was my first time making that. It turned out quite nice. And although everybody said it had a bit too much sugar, so I'm going to try making it again with a little bit less sugar. So thanks, Trish, episode 12. So I've done it. This is my like a dozen of these, and I still am late and don't know what I'm doing. That's not true. So I have a few things. It's the 4th week of Advent and the last week of Advent before Christmas. I'm just excited to have people watching, and I hope, like I said, that you guys are all ready for Christmas. I'm in the dining room right now. As I said, I think I've mentioned before that in this house, the dining room is actually meant to be the sitting room, the living room. That's where the fireplace is, and the living room is meant to be the dining room. What we use as the office used to be a jacuzzi room for the people who built the house, and there was a passageway, like a little hallway that went through the what should be the dining room and the kitchen, so you could just go in and out there. But Steve blocked that off in the kitchen, which is fine because I probably would have done it as well. And it's not a jacuzzi room anymore, although it's still tiled everywhere, so it could be a wet room. But it's an office that we use as an office, and then the living room, or what should be the dining room, is our living room with the TV mounted on the wall, and this room with the fireplace is the dining room, which again I'm fine with. So this is the dining room table actually, but the end chair here I moved so that it looked nicer because it just had the chair sitting here and it didn't look very good. Yeah, I know. So Trish said she's in the middle of kitchen renovations. Not smart on her idea. Maybe she'll get her kitchen back Tuesday, but yeah, right before Christmas. That, you know, I thought about that too with the painting of the living room and dining room. Luckily, I am pretty close to being prepared for Christmas, and the fact that it's a smaller Christmas this year and you can't get together with lockdowns and different rules and everything, that it's not going to affect it as much if it was a big year. But yeah, definitely not, you know, like for future, don't plan renovations near or just before Christmas. Kind of, I mean, there's enough to do already leading up to Christmas, let alone doing anything else. So Melody, I didn't mean to copy you. I liked this pattern, and I got what do they call this pattern here? Not a check pattern, but the what is it called? Tart. Yes, I want to say TARDIS, but that's the time machine from Doctor Who. Tartan pattern. Anyways, so I have a plaid, but no, there's another. They don't really call it plaid here. They call it check if it's like on your shirt, and tartan, something like that. Yeah. So I have a tablecloth and placemats and stuff that I bought that I thought about using for Christmas this year, and it's very similar to this. So I think I'm going to use this like on the couch next year if I use the other one on here. But even when I saw it, I liked it because of this pattern, but it's fuzzy on the side, Melody, so I think it's similar It's a different pattern to yours, but I think it's a similar type where it softens, but it's bigger than the dog one that I had. Yeah, so Trish said her renovations are supposed to happen in November, but COVID slowed everything down, and I hear that too, because we have renovations that are needing to be done as well, but things are, soffits and fascias are supposed to be done, and we need a door blocked in the kitchen and a door, I mean, like where the door is, where the window, the little window is, we're gonna put in a doorway, and then where the doorway is, we're gonna block it up. But yeah, things have been postponed because of COVID and all of that great stuff. So all right, so yeah, this looks very Christmassy. I mean, this, even though I do decorate for Christmas, this almost looks a bit over the top for me. But it is really cool to like do my lives at different places in the house, and even though there is curtains for this bay window, and those are some of my house plants or overwintering plants there, it's neat to have this as a background, because besides sitting at the dining room table, I guess because there's no mirror this way, I've never really seen myself sitting with this as my background. But it's out this window here, looks out into the pond in the front garden. So it's really awesome. Oh, speaking of in the front garden, I don't know if you saw it or not, but Steve posted it into the Middlewich like community group, and then I shared it on my page. But we shared the video of the parcel thief stealing the parcel from our front, well, we don't really have a front step, but front door. I'm just gonna scroll that was my chair that made that noise, scroll the comments up. Okay, so tell me about your favorite Christmas memories and everything else. I have one that I'm going to tell. I'm going to have my sister on again, because maybe after Christmas I'll start having other guests. And again, not that I don't love my sister, but I'll try and have, so you guys can meet interesting new people and see important people in my life. But Christmas is all about family. I did ask my little sister Tina as well to be on it, but she wasn't able to. So, but I will have Melody on because she's available and I love her and I miss my family even more at Christmas. I can survive a Christmas without them, or 5 or 10, because we have so many good memories. But me and my sister have so many Christmas, I mean, besides the fact that we grew up as a family together, even after, so when we were kids, my parents sometimes we'd have Christmas at home, but a lot of times my relatives would come down. Now, on my mom's side of the family, I think the people that we spent the most Christmases with would be, well, I guess we spent Christmases with a lot of people, but my Uncle Bob and Auntie Adeline in St. Paul, Alberta, we would go and spend Christmases at their place a lot, and I remember that. And I remember one time when when you're growing up in Canada and when you visit relatives, and maybe it's like this here too, but when you would go to relatives and stay, the adults would get the beds and the kids would just sleep on the floor, which was fine. But this one Christmas, we were sleeping on the floor in the living room of my Uncle Bob and Auntie Adeline's house. And my Uncle Bob is a farmer, so actually all my mom's 3 brothers were all farmers, so they all had farms. And I wanted to sleep near the Christmas tree. Yeah, I wanted to sleep near the Christmas tree because I wanted to trip Santa when he came, not to hurt him, but just to like catch him, right? I wanted to catch Santa. And I just wasn't going to sleep, and I was being just a little brat because I could be. And then my mom got the pig whip from the porch, and I don't know if it's a pig whip. I remember it being a pig whip, but it has like tassels on the end with little knots. And she was just threatening us that she was going to hit us. She'll deny this, but Melody can confirm it. She was just pretending that she was going to whip us if we didn't go to sleep. And when she was like pretending, she accidentally hit Melody. But it wasn't that bad, but it's just funny. But yes, I remember that Christmas that I wanted to stay and trip Santa Claus. So Uncle Bob's, and then on my dad's, but my Auntie Dale my mom's sister lives in Edmonton, and so near where we grew up, so we spent a lot of Christmases with her. And then my mom's other sister, so my mom, there's 3 girls, including my mom, and then 3 brothers who are the farmers. So my mom's other sister, Auntie Molly, lived in Edmonton as well, and we spent quite a few Christmases together with them. And because they lived in the city, we didn't necessarily sleep over at their places, but they would come for the Christmas dinners or the Christmas parties and New Year's parties. And those are the days when people would turn on the music and actually dance in their living rooms. And that's one of my favorite memories, is just everybody just turning on the music and dancing and having a great time. And even us kids just thinking we know how to dance too, and getting in between the adults. And but my Uncle Bob, my mom's oldest brother, has passed away. And my mom's brother, Uncle Dan, my mom's the youngest, so my Uncle Dan has passed away as well. Both of their wives, her widows, are still alive, Auntie Adeline and Auntie Irene. And my Uncle Ron, my mom's the youngest of the brothers, but still my mom's younger than him. Uncle Ron and Auntie Pat are still here with us. And out of the ladies, my Auntie Molly passed away in 1997, and she was only in her 50s and early 50s, so it was quite sad. And it was a year after my grandma, which was her mom. So in a way, it was okay that my grandma passed away and then my auntie, because it would have been harder, you know, on my grandma to lose a child. Although she did lose two. Hang on. Yes. So one of my grandma's kids, I think it was my Auntie Molly, was a twin, and her twin passed away at birth. Hi, Mom. Mom's on, so she can confirm this. So Auntie Molly's twin passed away at birth, and then my grandma lost another daughter named Joan, who was, I think she was just a year and a half. I have it written down and stuff, but I don't even think she was 2 years old. So technically there was 8 of them on my mom's side, but 2 passed away in infancy. So yes, and then so my mom's sister, Auntie Molly, has passed away. Her ex-husband, Uncle Roman, has passed away, and then there's just Auntie Dale, and Auntie Dale was briefly married, but I never knew the man that she was married to. I don't even think I was born yet. So, and Auntie Dale's still in Edmonton near my mom. So that's my mom's side, and we have lots of cousins, and we're close with our first cousins, all of them. We know all of our first cousins and their kids, and it's starting to get a little bit less like, you know, with the kids, but with Facebook we try to keep up. But we were a really close family growing up, so getting together with cousins and everything else. On my dad's side, there were 7 kids, and it was the same thing. If we could, we would try and get together with them all, but most of the time it was, so my brother, out of the kids, there's 3 that are older, 4 that are older, and then 3 that are younger, that not huge gap, but they were kind of, these ones were kind of out of the house while these ones were growing up. But my dad's oldest brother, Uncle Ed, and he played the fiddle, and he was blind for most of his life. He went blind in his 20s, I believe. And then my Uncle Henry, which is the one I'm going to talk about, he's also my godfather. Then my dad, and then my Auntie Emily. So those are the oldest. So there's 2 girls and 5 boys in this family. So my Uncle Henry and his ex-wife now, but Auntie Darlene, they are my godparents, and we spent most of our Christmases with them and my cousins there. And whether it was us going up to Grand Prairie to stay with them or them coming down to Edmonton to stay with us, even on Easters and everything else, our holidays were with them a lot. And so we have a lot of great memories with them. The younger siblings are Uncle Arthur, one of my favorite uncles, and Auntie Joan, one of my favorite aunties, and Uncle Richard is the youngest. So, and Uncle Arthur is, Auntie Diane is his wife, and she's been on Watching here before too. And that's the family with Uncle Arthur. That's a family that with, you know, Uncle Arthur's and Auntie Diane's son Daniel, his wife Lisa, Lisa's dad Lenny wrote that Christmas Penguin's Wish book that I shared. So, what? So that, yeah, I know I'm just giving you my whole family tree. Anyways, we were a really close family on both sides of my parents' families, and we spent so many Christmases together, and I have so many memories. And so after we got older, me and my sister Melody would kind of do the same thing. We would try and get together every Christmas. And I know, girls, sorry, they're just fighting over. We had like at least 6 wooden. No, we don't. No, we had at least 6 wooden, like TV trays. You know, the tables that you use when you sit on the couch. And now we're down to 1. There's a bunch in the garage that need to be fixed, but okay. So so me and Melody kept up the same type of tradition, and we would get together as much as we could. And it was like, even in the summer, we would try and go camping, but like for Christmas, it would be, okay, well, there's a few things. Like when I lived in Saskatchewan, to get back to Edmonton was a 6-hour drive. And then obviously my mom and my little sisters are in Edmonton, and I would spend time with them. I liked being up in Grand Prairie for New Year's because my Uncle Arthur and Auntie Diane had great New Year's parties. So I tried to be there for that, even if I spent a Christmas in Edmonton. But also my sister lived in Dawson Creek for a while, which is up north in British Columbia, and not too far from Grand Prairie. So I would drive 6 hours to Edmonton, then I would drive 4.5 to Grand Prairie, and then a few more, which was in like from Edmonton to Dawson Creek was about 6 hours. So 6, stay overnight, 6 to my sister's, spend Christmas at my sister's, then go down to Grand Prairie for New Year's, then go back to my parents, and then go back to Saskatchewan. And so we had a couple Christmases up in Dawson Creek. One Christmas, this is how me and my sister are just not organized. So, and my mom always made Christmas dinner. So one Christmas, actually I'll tell this story when my sister's on. But yeah, we always tried to get together, so we all have these memories. And actually, even before that, when Melody still lived in Edmonton and before we had kids, we lived together for almost a year. But then she got pregnant with her oldest son, Breton, and her boyfriend moved in before Breton was born. Well, actually, they told me that they were going to move out, and I needed to move out because then nobody was going to stay in the house anymore. We were renting the house. Okay, actually, if we go back from that, her and her friend Candace rented the house together as roommates. Candace got pregnant and then moved out with her husband, well, would be her future husband, and then I moved in with my sister. Then my sister got pregnant, and she said her and her boyfriend were going to move out, so I need to find another place to stay. I found an apartment, which I loved, by the way, so I don't regret moving out, but then they decided to stay in the house, so I just got out. But that is where my nephew Breton lived the first year of his life, maybe, not even actually. I think his first birthday was at their new place. So, but we love that 100-year-old house. It was an old house, and so me and my sister lived together for almost a year, and we had a Christmas there while Melody was pregnant, and that was one of my favorite memories too. And even like my brother and little sisters we made the Christmas dinner and I remember like my brother making cabbage rolls at the kitchen table, and just all of us getting like doing all the stuff for Christmas so that my parents didn't have to do anything. So Melody said those are awesome memories. Hi everyone who's watching. I know I'm talking a lot right now. Love big families. My cousins were my best friends growing up. Loved it. Me too. I know. I loved that we had lots of cousins and everything, and I'm a bit sad for the girls because Steve's one sister has a daughter, and that's it. So for his kids, there's only one cousin on their dad's side, and but I mean, I have my best friend Samantha here, and she has kids, and then, you know, we try to do family things and everything, but it's not as, with the kids, it's a big family here, but it's not as kid-like as it was for me growing up. But the girls did get to know a lot of their cousins in Canada still, my sister's kids and my brother's kids, and a couple cousins who are really, really close with the family because we grew up together, and then their kids are like my kids' cousins, even though they're like, you know, third cousins removed or second whatever, they still grew up together like they were, you know, like they were first cousins, so they know. Like Auntie Joan is watching now, and that's like one of the her son Francis, which is mine and Melody's like our first cousin. His 3 kids are, again, it would be like my second cousins, so the girls like second cousin once removed, or however it works, third cousins, I don't know how it works, I just count 1, 2, 3, but they grew up like knowing them like they were like their cousins, so they know the kids, my Auntie Joan's grandchildren, as their cousins. And then my other cousin April, her kids, she has 3 boys, and those are some of their cousins too that they're close with. So now they can talk on social media, but we, you know, actually, well, I mean, we have been back to Canada a few times, and that is some of the kids that, if you had seen my pictures when we were in Canada, some of the pictures we take them on the couch or on the front lawn this time, and there's just a row of cousins, and so that was my cousin April's kids and my cousin Frances's kids. And then obviously my siblings' kids, who are their first cousins. On their biological dad's side, they do have 2 cousins as well, which they were able to see when we were there in Canada. And I think they talked to them on social media. But again, it's not a huge family going that way either for them, so... my son only has 4. I had 11. They're a lot younger than him, which is a shame, but he still loves them. Well, I mean, that's part of the thing, is that out of all my cousins, I have 30, I think, including me and my siblings, I think there's 32 on both sides. Like, I only counted me and my siblings once, but there's like 19 and 18. I can't remember. I figured it out one time. No, 19 including us and then 18 including us on the other side, or something like that. So like 32 of that generation over the both sides of my family. Yes, okay, so my mom said it's Auntie Joan's birthday today, which I know. Happy birthday, Auntie Joan. And it's also Christmas Carol. It is Steve's sister Carol's birthday today too, so happy birthday to Carol. I hope you guys are both having a good day. I know I did notice that there was a few other birthdays today, but I haven't checked who they were, so happy birthday to anybody who's celebrating today. So I was saying, with that many cousins, a lot of my cousins were older as well. Actually, my Uncle Richard, my grandma was pregnant when my auntie was pregnant. So my one cousin Maureen is actually older than our uncle, which is her uncle as well. So she's like, they're the same age, but she's a little bit older than her uncle. So, but that would be weird, like to be pregnant at the same time as your mother-in-law. Can you imagine? Just think about who your mother-in-law is, and now imagine you both are pregnant at the same time. Zoe says, happy birthday, aunties. So, yeah, so that is a lot of talking already. I have no idea what time it is, but I know my mom's watching, so we can do the like I said, it's the last week of Advent. Again, I was raised Catholic. I'm not necessarily a practicing Catholic. Steve was raised Catholic as well, but I always loved the lighting of the Advent wreath, and I meant to look up what the colors mean and everything else to tell you guys about it, but I forgot. So there's 3 purple candles that you light for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd week of Advent, and then the pink candle you light for the 4th one, and then you, on Christmas you can light all of them. So I'm just gonna light without burning myself or the house down, or burning my nose. And the pink one, I don't know if you can see that. So that, oh, I'm gonna, you know what happened to my sister? Oh, actually, okay, so Melody, remember the barrel story and your hair, so we'll tell that story as well when you're on. Hello, Samantha, I've missed you. My best friend Samantha's on too. So we got lots of stories. I'm gonna bring my sister on. Melody, send me a request right now so we can get you on, because there's so much to talk about. It's 1 week till Christmas, or 5 days till Christmas, and it's all about family and friends, and we want to celebrate. So I'm gonna set this down. I'm gonna spill my drink. This is, do you know what's funny is that I rarely drink alcohol and I don't do drugs, but I don't need either of those. Partly because I'm too controlling, so I like to be in control of myself, but at the same time, I'm like, when I started going to the feathers things, the retreats with Steve and Jackie, they would have to say to me, like this, just like really, I don't know what the word is, like hyper or like up. So then they just went go like this to remember, like, Lisa, just grounded. Just bring yourself down. Yay!
Hi.
Hi, where are you now?
Do you recognize this?
Yeah, stand up and show yourself off.
I don't have a lot of room because of where I'm sitting.
Yeah, where are you today?
In the living room, but just in front of the small side window that I have.
Right, okay. Yeah, I just expected to see the Christmas tree. I thought you were going to sit in the dining room again.
Well, when I did a test, you know, the tree kind of was in the photo, but because we're halved, it's not.
Right. But you know what? I can see it a little bit. Actually, our trees are like this.
Oh.
But yes, and the lighting is good where you are as well. Hi, Danny. So yeah, okay. So let's talk about these stories that I almost told. Okay, so do you remember like I don't know if it was the first or second Christmas that I was up there. I think it was the second one because I think you were. I don't remember. Yes, I think you were single at the time. And so, do you remember when we sort of forgot to like maybe plan anything for Christmas dinner?
Yeah, I remember going to the 7-Eleven in Dawson Creek because they had like the best wings and fries.
Yeah, that's what we got, like nachos, wings, fries, hot dogs, because we didn't plan anything for Christmas dinner and nothing is open.
Well, it wasn't, but you also don't like all that food. You don't like
Yeah.
the mashed potatoes and the gravy and the stuffing. So we weren't going to do a typical Christmas dinner anyways.
Well, maybe, but that's good cover up for why we didn't have anything planned and we went to 7-Eleven and got whatever we could.
Well, don't you remember that lady behind us? And she looked at us and she's like, oh, looks like somebody doesn't want to put effort in. And you're the one who turned around and said, well, I don't like what you called wedding food or whatever, like the Christmas food. And this is what I'd prefer for Christmas. You don't
Do you know
remember
what
that?
that Yes, that is true. And to be honest, if I wasn't married to someone who cared so much about Christmas dinner, I would be fine with pasta or pizza or something because there's so much to do already at Christmas. If someone else is
Mm-hmm.
making it and I only have to make one dish and bring something, fine. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there is like they have these roast potatoes here. They're like potatoes cut in half and they're like really crispy on the outside. So roasties. But I like small roasties. So even potatoes, when I eat potatoes, I eat small potatoes. I don't like when there's lots of mush in them, like baked potatoes. I don't like mashed potatoes. So I don't like mushiness, but I like crispy, like chips, fries, you know. Um,
Right.
and then, like, I can only eat so much turkey. I like cold turkey sandwiches the next day, and I like ham, gammon. And I do like stuffing if it's done right. But yeah, overall, what I call wedding food, I would rather not have. Yeah, and I will put in the effort at other times of the year, but Christmas, I'm so glad that Steve does the Christmas dinners because I could definitely go without making them if it was up to me. But I guess I'm grateful because then it keeps the tradition going of like having the whole Christmas dinner. But he always makes too much and he always makes so many vegetables. And I say, like, who's going to eat all those? And he's like, oh, they'll get eaten. And I'm like, so I told him this year there's only 5 of us because Thomas is going, he's home from his nan's, but he's going to his mom's for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And so there's
Yeah.
only going to be 5 of us. And that's 3 kids, me and Steve. So there's only so many of us that like cooked vegetables, let alone, like there's only certain cooked vegetables I like. Erica likes Brussels sprouts, but she likes gravy on them. I like Brussels sprouts, but I like white vinegar on them.
Breton and I love Brussels sprouts too.
Do you put white vinegar on yours?
No, but I did find these ones that you can get that are like they're frozen Brussels sprouts, but they're done in a cheese sauce, and you just actually have to microwave them. The cheese sauce is so good on them. But I mean, we like regular Brussels sprouts too. No, we don't put vinegar on them, just salt and pepper, butter.
Yeah, well, I've seen some recipes for sprouts where they're kind of like they might have been steamed first, but then they're kind of like not fried, but like dry fried, like tossed in, say, a bit of olive oil and some types of seasoning, and those like seem like they would be really nice too. So I should try some different recipes with them as well. But yeah, Owen, my oldest stepson, does not like sprouts at all, so he keeps getting sprout gifts for Christmas and every year we just buy them different because they sell lots of sprout things because lots of people love sprouts at Christmas. So they have, you know, different like a plate with sprouts on it or these little chocolates that are wrapped up to look like sprouts and stuff. So anytime I see something with sprouts on, I buy it for him.
Well, I seen your big photo where it says Brussels sprouts. It's a big like
Yeah,
placard with an arrow in the grocery store. I'm like, wow, they must be pretty big there at Christmas or something.
yeah. It's a huge thing. It's like a turkey. Like you can't have Christmas dinner here without sprouts. So the fact that they have a big sign in the store telling you where the Brussels sprouts are shows that. Do you know what I forgot to get? They eat here and I love them. Honey glazed parsnips. I forgot
Oh,
to get.
that sounds good. I love parsnips.
Yeah, they're so good.
Fried parsnips.
And Yorkshire puddings. And don't worry, I did not forget the Yorkshire puddings. 2 bags. 1 bag for me, which is about 12 to 18, and 1 bag for everyone else to share. Okay, so the thing about Yorkshire puddings is when I first made them in Canada, I didn't know what they were. We do have them in Canada at like some posh restaurants when you get steak and stuff, but I didn't know what they were, and I made one of those little packet things that you get like the grocery stores there. You know when you make it yourself at home. And because they seemed like kind of like bread and they came out of the oven, I just put margarine on it and ate it while it was warm out of the oven, and I really liked it. So they think I'm weird because usually here you eat it with like roast beef or whatever and you have like gravy with it. But I like eating them like bread. I like just having them hot and having some margarine on it and eating it like that.
It reminds me of the what is it called?
Hi Kevin, hi Kathy.
Pigs in a blanket. Remember Mom making that?
Mm-hmm.
That is good. I made that a few months back, and I made like an onion gravy to go with it. Oh, it was so good.
Wait, no. Are you talking about pigs in blanket are like little sausages or wieners wrapped in bacon?
No, it's like sausages
You're talking
cooked
about toad in the hole.
Yorkshire pudding. Oh, toad in a hole. Yes, I'm sorry. Toad in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah, Owen makes homemade Yorkshire puddings, and he also makes a good toad in the hole. But he's like Mom, where it's like too much toad, not enough hole. Because I really like the dough. But that too, I would eat it with margarine on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me
I'm
too.
not a huge sausage fan. So, but okay, what is the best thing for Christmas that they do here? We have a shrimp cocktail before dinner as an appetizer, just at home, not in a restaurant, at home, Christmas dinner. And it's like like a glass like this. And there's like breaded lettuce, a little bit of tomato, a bit of onion, and then little baby shrimp or prawns, and then the big ones, and then a nice prawn, like it's like a mayonnaise sauce kind of that they make a prawn dip. And it's like, I could just eat that. I could eat like 4 of those for my Christmas dinner and I'd be happy. And Mom said,
oh, I remember Mom was so excited for that when she was there for Christmas. She couldn't wait for the shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, I know. And the stupid thing is, I mean, I could make it any time of year, but it's something to look forward to at Christmas.
Okay, so another story. I can tell, I'll jump back a little so you can see the outfit, and then I'll tell the story about the outfit, okay?
Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
And then I will find the picture of all 3 of us, me, you, and Mom, and then I'll post it on my Facebook as a memory. Oh, you're so
cute. Okay, so when me and Mom were in England just before Christmas, we were shopping and we came across all these outfits. There was the one I'm wearing, and then there was an angel outfit. And I can't remember.
Elf.
Well, yours is an elf outfit. And we did have a Christmas party that we were going to. So we thought, well, it took a little convincing, I think, convincing of Mom. Let's all buy these outfits. And this is what we're going to wear to this Christmas party.
Yeah, because it was a big Christmas party. It was a Feathers Christmas party. Steve and Jeff, Business Feathers Academy. Go on.
So Mom was an angel, Lisa was an elf, and I was this Mrs. Claus, I guess.
Yes, and you took yours home because you left before Christmas. Yes. And Mom left hers here. She says it's in the caravan, and it is in the guest house. It was. It's been there because that was 3 years ago already. And it was in there, but I actually brought it in and put it with the Christmas jumpers, Christmas sweaters this year. So, but yeah, I know Mom should have taken it home. But the cool thing is that because I have the elf and I have the angel, because Mom left it here, and my stepdaughter Amy has the same one as you. I don't know if you remember, but not last year, the year before, I have you guys video chatting and you're wearing the same outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell them about.
Mom didn't want to bring hers home because she didn't think she'd have an opportunity to wear it again. Since I brought this home, like I've wore it every Christmas. I wear it at least one day to work, usually just like before Christmas break. And then if I have any Christmas, well, I mean, not this year with COVID, but if I have any Christmas gatherings, I'll just throw it on and go. Like, why not? People get a little chuckle out of it.
But that's the difference, is yours is like a Mrs. Claus. Hers is an angel. So unless she's with us, it doesn't really work the same. Are you wearing Christmas trees?
I'll try to come to the...
Are they...
They're
bells?
actually wood.
But what are they supposed to be, a tree or a bell?
Maybe a tree. I don't know. I had picked them up at Urban Barn a couple years ago.
I'm wearing, like, they're metal, but they're like the bows.
Oh, very pretty.
On top of, I might have worn them before. I don't know if I did, but I had to wash them because they were quite dusty because they hang on a thing, and I don't even know last time I wore them. So yes, I thought about wearing the elf one as well. If Mom and Tina could have came on, that would have been neat as well.
I was thinking of sending you a message and saying, hey, I'm going to wear the outfit I bought in England, but look, I thought I'd rather surprise you.
Did you hear me tell you about the blanket?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you said plaid, but you have your blanket right beside you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here.
I know. I would love that theme one year, like that black and red theme, like a hunter.
Like, what do you mean, for your, like, for all of
Christmas.
your Christmas theme?
Yeah, just like, you know, like how you have the blanket, and like if you had some baubles that match that, or I have like this. It was a dog toy, but I got it a couple of years ago, and it has really long legs. It's a moose, and it's a Christmas toy, but it's for a dog. But I liked it too much, and he has either a jacket or a hat on that matches that. And I have him out in the caravan in the guest house, because one of the bedrooms, the one that you didn't stay in, the other one, which Declan stayed in, I want to do that as a Canadian theme. So that moose, he's more winter, actually. So he looks like he'll fit into the Canadian theme well. Yes, so tell us about the winter festival and your hair. Or maybe was it a summer festival?
No, it was a winter festival. I wonder, was it 3 years ago maybe? So we went to this outdoor winter festival, and we're all having fun. We're doing axe throwing. When you're chilly, you could go stand by a barrel and warm up. So that's what I was doing. Warm up the front and then turn around and stand with my back towards it. There was me, my sister Tina, Brian. Mom was there. So we kept on throughout the festival, not thinking anything, until we get into the car. So we all get into the car because we all went together. And I'm like, what is that smell? Oh my gosh, that's so gross. I'm like, it smells like burnt hair. And I'm like, oh, and I went like this. And I had like a chunk of hair. I'm like, so then I went like this again, another chunk of hair. I'm like, oh my God. So I opened the door and I flew out, and I'm grabbing now chunks of hair coming out.
And
what's
Tina doing?
All my hair. So I thought, I'm like, Tina, how bad is it? How bad is it? And I look up at her so she is videoing me laughing. She could hardly stand. She was laughing so hard. So needless to say, in the back, and I'll try to find the photo, it was like singed all the way like up. I was missing so much hair. So after the festival, I got Tina to cut it so it would be even, and it was about probably this short. I'll find the photos. None of us noticed it until we got in the car.
And what did you learn from that?
Don't
use hairspray near a barrel.
Oh, yeah, or put your hair up.
Right? How many times? What about when you think about when you were like, in the 80s, early 90s, and you did your headbanger hair and everything, and all the hairspray and the curling iron?
Oh, the whole thing would have went up if that was the case.
Yeah, but Mom and Dad smoked in the house, and you smoked in the house, and so you'd smoke while you're doing your hair with hairspray.
Oh,
Like, what could go wrong there?
Hey, nothing ever did.
Knock on wood. Some people still do that. I know there's a teacher in Meath Park where I used to live, and her daughter burnt down just her bedroom and like a little bit of the house because of that. And this was just when I lived there. So there's still people who smoke in their house, and it could still happen. And Mom says, haha, because she was laughing at you when you singed your hair. It is a funny story. I probably would have laughed when it happened too.
Well, I couldn't believe Tina was video. Maybe she didn't, because I've never actually seen the video, or maybe Tina has the video. I'll have to ask her. But I've never seen it. But I know she was holding her camera, and I swear she was recording.
Yeah, well, I know there's definitely some still shots of it, of the back. Like, there's some pictures of it.
Yeah, there is.
So, yeah.
I'll post them in the feed after.
Yeah, okay, so do you think of a second Christmas memory if I'm telling the one? I mean, you're involved in that one anyways, but I told you what I'm going to use as my favorite Christmas memory. Do you have a second one?
No, I wasn't prepared with the second one.
Do you remember the Tootsie Roll thing at Uncle Bob's? Because I think that was Christmas as well.
No.
Okay, well, I can tell that. Okay, you think of some while I'm telling, because we've had so many Christmases together. Last week you said about when I was up in Dawson Creek and we went shopping together, and I was grabbing things and putting them in the basket, and you didn't even realize I was buying stuff for you. Melody would walk by and be like, "Oh, I like these gloves. Those are nice." And then she put them back and then would walk because, you know, it's about other people, not about buying yourself stuff. And then I'd grab it and put it in the, and she, so as she was liking things, I was just grabbing them. And then she got a bunch of things for Christmas that I knew she'd like.
You were so sneaky. That was good.
So, favorite Christmas memory ever, and Mom's on, and this has to do with her as well. So we were in our early 20s, I'm gonna say. Melody's 4 years older than me, but we were adults already, and we were talking about stocking stuffers and needing stocking stuffers. And my mom said, "I think you guys are a bit old for stockings now. Like, I don't think I need to be filling stockings. You guys don't need that." And we were like, "What?" Like, we always got presents from Santa and stockings, so how could we not have it, you know? So what me and Melody decided that we would help stuff the stockings, but also we got this big mouse and this big rat, or it was like a female mouse and a male mouse or whatever, these two big stockings, one for my mom and one for my dad. And we bought a bunch of stuff to put in them too. So I wasn't there Christmas morning. I mean, I was there, but I was sleeping. And it was our sister Tina who woke up first. And just like it is here, and then when we were growing up, when you wake up, you're allowed to have your stocking. You're not allowed to open the presents or anything yet, but you can have your stocking and whatever's in it. But in Canada, Santa leaves the stockings, you know, by the fireplace. And if you don't have a fireplace, he leaves them by the Christmas tree. So Tina went out to get her stocking in the morning, and she says, "Mom, there's something out here for you." And Mom says, "What are you talking about?" And now this was hard because, do you remember, Mel? Because Mom and Dad they were up till whatever, who knows, 3 a.m. And so they helped Santa put out the stockings. And then we had to get up in between when they went to bed and when Tina, who was younger than us, she's 5 years younger than me, 9 years younger than Melody, got up. So there's only a little window in there that we went and snuck Mom and Dad's stockings there. So Tina says, "Mom, there's something out here for you." And then Mom's like, "What are you talking about?" And she goes out there. And this is the best part. Do you remember? Do you want to finish it?
No.
Okay, so
you go ahead.
Mom sees a stocking that's for her. And sorry to embarrass you, Mom, but she started crying. And this is one of my very favorite memories. And we didn't know that it would be like this. But she said, "I've never had a stocking before." Because my grandma, I said she had 8 kids, 2 passed away. She also had 2 husbands who passed away. So my grandma raised 6 kids by herself. She was always working, and they were very poor on the farm. They didn't have money at all. And so my mom grew up quite poor. But even still, a stocking tradition has been around for a very long time. So my mom, being an adult with 4 kids and everything, not having had a stocking, she said, I've never had a stocking before. And this is the best too. So all day, all morning while we were opening our gifts and stuff, she had her stocking right beside her on her chair. And she'd like, yeah, she'd hug it. And she'd like make sure it was standing because it had a face, right? Because it was a mouse. And she loved it. And that is my favorite, all-time favorite Christmas memory is the fact that we were just trying to show her how much a stocking is, how much fun it is, and why we wanted to still have stockings. But it was above and beyond that. It didn't just show her that it's fun to have a stocking. It was like, oh my God, if we knew that mom never had a stocking before, we would have got her one years before that. And then every year after that, we always stuffed mom and dad's stockings as well.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite memories too. Just couldn't have imagined the reaction that we got, and didn't realize how monumental it would be. Like, we had no idea. Like, it was just awesome, excellent.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's also like that feeling when you can finally say like, mom and dad, I'll take you out for dinner. Like when you can pay for things, you know? So it was really nice that we got to, they've always made Christmas magical for us. The decorations, the presents, they tried to give us what we wanted if they could, right? And we've always had such great Christmases. It was really nice that we could give something back. And it is my favorite Christmas memory. So, the Tootsie Rolls.
Go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uncle Bob's. When we were sleeping at Uncle Bob's one time, and it might have been around Christmas time, Tootsie Rolls are like a chewy, dark toffee. You get them in long strips, and they kind of like pinched, so you can break them into sections if you want. I have found them here at a store called Little. They have bags of them because you can get them in little ones too. So at Halloween in Canada and stuff, you get them in your when you go trick-or-treating, but they're just little ones that are wrapped. But Tootsie Rolls are really yummy. So we were sleeping at my Uncle Bob's house, like the whole family. But me and Melody were sleeping on this big indoor porch. There was like what in Canada we call a hide-a-bed. Here they call it a sofa bed. So, it pulls out. So me and Melody were sleeping on the porch on that. And there was some Tootsie Rolls out in a dish on the kitchen table. But I had also seen them, and Auntie had like a jar of them in the cupboard. So me and Melody thought we'd be sneaky, and we didn't want to take the ones that were on the table because then they would know. But if we snuck some from the jar in the cupboard, so the indoor porch, it's just open to the kitchen and the living room, and and everybody else is sleeping in the bedrooms down the hall with the doors closed and everything else. So nobody's this close to the kitchen like me and Mel. So in the middle of the night, we snuck in there. And Mom says, oh, yes. We snuck in and got the Tootsie Rolls, just one each, just one long stick each, I think, and out of the jar, and ate them in bed. And then in the morning, we were caught and we got in a lot of trouble. But Uncle Bob laughed because he said that he actually left the ones out on the kitchen table to see if anybody was going to sneak them.
I don't remember that at all.
I do. I
remember sleeping on the hide-a-bed, like in the porch there.
You do remember it, or you don't?
I do.
Yeah.
But I don't remember sneaking the Tootsie Rolls.
I do. I remember.
Maybe it was just you. Maybe you're just trying to drive me into your trouble.
No, you were my partner in crime. I might have been the one to go get them out of the jar, but you were there and you ate yours as well. Mom says I do. See, I'm not making this up.
I believe you. I just don't remember.
All right, what other Christmas memories do we have for the people watching? Christmas memories, Christmas traditions.
When we go up to Grand Prairie and stay there for Christmas, heading out to Suicide Hill and going tobogganing. Like, just doing those winter things.
Skidooing.
What?
Skidooing.
I don't remember going skidooing too much. It seemed like the boys would go do that, and then the girls would have to find something else to do, right?
Yeah.
We'd go bowling.
Yeah. Bowling or swimming for the girls, and skidooing, like, snowmobiling or hunting for the boys.
I would have much rather go snowmobiling.
Yeah, I know. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I tried it, or later, like almost adult, like later teen. And I was like, why haven't we been allowed to go do this? Hunting, I don't care about. But yeah, Mom said, oh, my nickname. I think I talked about that already, but we can talk about it again. But my nickname was Uncle Bob. Same indoor porch in this story, actually. So I don't know. Uncle Bob had nicknames for everybody. He used to call my mom, what did he call her?
Little Flea until I was born.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Little Flea. And then when Melody was born, because that's the oldest of my mom and dad's children, he would call my mom Big Flea and then call Melody Little Flea. So my nickname was Lena, and I hated it. Instead of Lisa, Lena. And it's not a bad name. It's just that it wasn't my name, and I didn't like being called it. So, but one time I was just so mad at him, and I hid under this chair on the indoor porch right by the front door and said, I'm not coming into your house again until you stop calling me Lena. And I was like, I remember being under a chair. Like, it was just like the ones that you have in school, like the wood ones that are like a sled on the front, kind of like that, like with 4 legs. Just, anyways, I hid under the chair, and then he did. He actually stopped calling me Lena. He never called it me again. But now I have a dog named Lena. And my Uncle Bob was a huge man with a deep voice. And he was the one who's, the F word was in his language a lot. And when we were kids, like, my parents never swore, and we weren't allowed, obviously. So that was the only person I really knew who used that word. And he was just a very big, loud man. So, but now, so he wouldn't just say, "Oh, hi, Lena." He would say, "Lena." And now it's me, because my dog's name is Lena, and that's the name she came with. I didn't give her the name, so you hear me open the door shouting outside, "Lena!"
I think that's so awesome. You have a dog named Lena. What?
Do you know what else I remember about Uncle Bob and going to his house, both at Christmas and then at the end of the year if we went in the summertime? End of the school year, I should say. But he was a farmer, but he was also a janitor, like a custodian at the school. So what would he bring home for Christmas holidays and at the end of the school year? The Lost and Found.
Oh, I don't remember.
You get to go through the Lost and Found stuff.
Maybe you did. I don't remember doing that.
I remember. And my mom was born in St. Paul. No, my mom was actually born in North Battleford, Saskatchewan, but she grew up in St. Paul, Alberta. That's where my Uncle Bob's farm was and stuff like that, too. And actually, I just looked it up a couple days ago. I can't remember why. Oh, because there was something on the TV show I was watching and talked about it, digging up a time capsule. In St. Paul, Alberta, there's something it's known for is the UFO landing pad. And the year it was built, and I want to say 1967, but it's like 1967 or 1969. And my mom was just in school age at the time, because she was born in 1949. And they did a huge time capsule when they built the UFO landing pad. And it was to be opened on a centennial, so 100 years later. So I got to remember, and Melody, you too, like your kids, my kids, and everything. Because, I mean, I'd like to think I'm going to be around in 2067, but you never know. It's still quite a few years off. 47 years off, right? So, but our kids, Mom said 1964. So, yeah, but I just looked it up. So I need to remember that date and have it marked down for my kids or my grandkids to go back to be there at the UFO landing pad so that they can be there for that time capsule. Because even if there's not something specifically that says Marie Malone on it, she was still part of that time capsule. And that's a really cool thing. But it's the first, and I imagine the only, I don't know if there's ever been another one built, but it was the first UFO landing pad built in the world.
That is pretty cool.
Mind you, it's quite small. If you think about how big you think a UFO might be, I mean, it's an okay size, but it would have to be like probably a single or double passenger UFO to land on it.
They'd probably be scared of wrecking it. Maybe they'd land beside it.
Oh, there's a child behind you. Well, no, there's
Yeah,
an adult behind.
went pretty fast. I seen him.
Yeah. So yes, my nickname, Uncle Bob. We talking about all these things. What about Christmas? Oh, I made eggnog yesterday. I know I already told everybody that, but you weren't on when I like to talk back to. But I made homemade eggnog yesterday, and it was quite nice. The girls said, well, it had to chill for an hour, so we actually tasted it today, and because I made it last night, it had to chill for an hour, but I didn't feel like getting back out of bed and coming downstairs to try it after that. So I thought I'd try it today with the girls. I did have a little taste of it while it was hot, but I'm going to make a version for Samantha that's because she's lactose intolerant and she's a vegetarian, but that's okay. So I just need to, I can still use eggs, but she's lactose intolerant, so I'll use almond milk or coconut.
Hopefully that
milk.
works out really good.
Well, I looked up a recipe, so I'm not just making it up. I'm some weird hooded man that lives in your house.
It's like a
It's so weird to call him. It's so weird to call him a man because, I mean, Thomas is the same age as him. For people who don't know, my stepson, they're both 19. That's my nephew Breton back there, and I mean, these are our babies. Like we've known them for while they were growing up. So even though they're 19, it's weird to call them, even though they are technically men, young men. Just weird because I don't even consider myself like an adult most of the time.
I understand what you mean. I don't either.
I'm a female, but I'm definitely not a lady. I can pretend. Steve deserves to have a lady on his arm, so I play the part quite well. But anybody who really knows me knows that I'm not your typical lady.
I can't say anything because I'm the same way. I have to apologize to people at work. Pardon me?
Tom turned 19 in October, and Breton turned 19 last May. So Breton's going to be 20 in May. But look at Allison's going to be 17 in a month. Less than a month.
Yeah. It's going by so fast.
I know. Because that's the story that I told about when we lived together and that Christmas and with Billy making the cabbage rolls. I don't know why that sticks out in my mind. I just remember because there's pictures of it too, but we're all in the kitchen. We're all preparing the dinner. We were there the day before. I mean, we lived there, but they were there the day before helping us make everything too. And then the day of Christmas dinner, we had it at our place. And you were pregnant with Breton then. So like, again, that was like 19 years ago or 20 years ago. Yeah, I guess 20 years. It's crazy how quickly time goes. See, Samantha is my best friend here, and she's only known me for a few years, but she wrote, like, with laughing, too. She said, you, a lady?
Yeah, I don't have the comments today.
Pardon?
I don't have my laptop or the iPad set up for comments, so I'm just hoping you read them and I'll respond.
Yeah, well, I'll tell if there's anything relevant for you. But yeah, it's just funny because I think that anybody who knew me before I started dating and then married Steve probably look at me now and think, wow, she's really grown up. She's quite mature now and everything. But it's just a facade. I mean, I do it for the purpose of being responsible for my kids and, being a good wife and everything else. But I have to tell you, I would probably still be quite immature if I didn't have such an awesome husband. There's a difference between. Go on.
I was going to say, it's just for show, Lisa, we know.
Yeah, there's a difference between, like, there's some things you need to mature for as you get older, but some of it you still need to be a kid. You still need to have fun. So I'd probably still get naked in public and run into the ocean, if I was allowed to.
You want to come here and say hi? Why?
Which one is it?
Well, the other one just left. He's got plans with his girlfriend today.
Oh, you guys aren't on lockdown?
Well, we are, but I mean, he still goes. They were going like tobogganing or something. I don't know. So Brocky Bear's been watching me.
Samantha. Okay, so Samantha said, when your photos of me playing in the mud, digging out my stream, childlike mud all over your face. I would like to say that that was just me being like a child, but I am just messy. That's this cleaned up version of me is only for show. Most of the time I do. Do you know what the problem is? Is that if you sweat outside when you're working, or you itchy face, so you're, you know, if I'm in the compost in the dirt digging up to make the stream or whatever, and then you go like this or like that, and then by the time I come in, I just have mud all over me. Or
did you see that flash go by?
Yeah. I'm also so clumsy that if like I'm putting the compost, dumping some compost into the bin, and it just splashes back at me, and like I just trip over things, and I just, yeah, I'm a mess. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve built an outside shower, even in the winter, for me to have to hose off outside before I could come in. Oh, my little chicken is here. Where's your little chicken? Tell your chicken that this one's on. So he has to come on.
Did you not see him like just escape up the stairs? He did it so fast.
Oh yeah, you said right and left.
He ran. Neither of them wanted to be on camera.
Oh, they're shy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't pretend. Look at, she got all her knots out today. She's showing you her luxury salon. Gonna make everyone jealous of your hair.
I think completely get all the knots out of it.
Very nice.
Yeah. Auntie Melody knows what it's like to have our type of hair as well too, with knots. You just like, you do nothing, and then 5 minutes later there's knots in your hair.
Hi, Grandma.
Grandma says, hi, sweetie.
Hi. Hey, don't pinch me.
Okay, sorry, I was tickling her, but I shouldn't be mean to her. I'll be mean to her later off camera because, you know, child abuse is frowned upon.
So speaking about messy, I am the messiest cook. Like when I'm in the kitchen, I will spill the flour. I will have flour all over my shirt. I will have, you know, I go to get the butter and like put it somewhere and it'll flip up and land on the floor, or like I am so messy. So I always wear an apron when I'm in the kitchen.
That's good, but
and
do you know
then I'll go see myself in the mirror and I have like something on my face or some smear on my clothes or hoy.
Well, that's what I say why I'm such a good cleaner, is because I'm so messy. So I've learned how to clean up after myself. But I'm exactly the same with the kitchen. But the good thing about having a dog, how many times do you make ground beef, and how many times do you flip it out of the pan?
You fling it, yeah.
Yeah,
I just did that on Friday. We had hamburger helper, so I was flinging it around, going, picking it up, putting it back in.
Yeah,
not if it hit the floor.
I know what you meant. Clarifying, don't eat at Belle's house. No. Oops. Just put that.
5 second rule.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and then you make the sauce for whatever your meat is, and the sauce is up the wall and on you. So yeah, I know.
It sounds like you cook the same way I do.
I do. What did I? Oh, when I was making just the eggnog yesterday, I almost gave up right when I started, because you have to start with egg yolks and you beat the egg yolks. So I had the whites. Well, as I was breaking you know, when you separate them just with the shell, break it, and then you just tip it. Well, this one egg I cracked on the side of the bowl with the yolks, and when I cracked it, it opened, and the whole so with the white and the yolk went into my yolks. Then I was mad about that. But when I was whipping the yolks, I don't even know what I knocked something on the cooker, and then the little bowl with the whites tipped and a little bit went on. And I was like, oh my gosh, if it's gonna be like this, I might as well just give up now. But yeah, I am very, very clumsy. And I'm also, because I've worked in the food industry for so long, I am very aware of like like almost to a point that the kids will be annoyed. But with raw chicken or raw egg and everything else, right, wherever you get it, like you need to clean it and then don't use that cloth like to wipe something else. And yeah, so we have different cutting. They are cutting boards, but they're like these floppy, really thin cutting boards, almost like placemats.
Yeah, they're like a silicone, I think.
I don't know, there's some kind of plastic, but yeah. But I like them because you can tip them, like you can lift up what you cut and tip it into the pan or the bowl or whatever. But yeah, we have, and then we use the red one is supposed to be for raw meat because we have like the rainbow colors. Okay, so I already have leg problems without a child of 12 years old sitting on my lap like I'm Santa Claus. And now that one's going numb. So I'm going to scooch this girl off my leg. Plus, you don't really match the decor, but your hair looks lovely. So, and I know Allison, I don't know why I said that. Melody, you're not seeing the comments, but when Eric came in, Owen's watching as well. So Owen said, hey, Erica. And there's another comment, Samantha, everyone smile, and I'll screenshot a nice photo. Okay, we're ready, Samantha, screenshot. Yeah, I hope you got it. Okay, bye. Ow.
Bye, Erica.
Bye, love you. Don't forget your towel.
Are they on Christmas break now?
Yeah, they are. So her bedtime on holidays. Okay, so her bedtime is normally 8 o'clock. I think I said this before. 8 o'clock because she gets up at 6:30 no matter what, which is insane. And then on weekends it's 8:30. But on holidays she gets till 9, except for the like 2 days before school starts again, like getting back to 8:30 and then to 8. So
right.
Because we're off for 2 weeks, she gets to stay up till 9. I don't even know what time it is.
I don't know either.
Is it really 9:30? That means 9:30. That's how they say it here when it's 9:30. They say 9:30 or 4:30 or whatever.
9:30.
I don't know. Alexa, what time is it? 9:15. Yeah, I know, but I thought Erica said 9:30. Aurora is sitting on the stool, like they call it a poof. Yeah, poof. Like it's like what's the other word for a footstool? When it like an ottoman.
Yeah.
She has it like right up, and the TV is like right here because she's watching the movie Elf, and I had to do my live, and she didn't want to stop watching it or record it to watch tomorrow. So she's sitting like right up by the TV so she can hear it. Oh yes, Mom said so. It's 2:15 for you guys because it's 9:15 here. And I know it looks, I can't tell, but I'm wearing. Okay, can you? It looks like I'm wearing no shirt again. Like there, see, it's got actually this. It's actually a tank top thing, but it's got this white piece sewn in. So, but when I'm sitting in the chair, it looks like this is my skin because of the lighting. And I'm wearing like a little. It's like a cardigan. A little Christmas cardigan.
I like your cardigan. I don't have any.
I like cardigans. I am see. Besides not being a lady, if I was any type of lady, I'm like an old grandma. I'm like an old lady. My blankets for my legs when they get cold. I like my cardigans. If I didn't have kids who would eat it in one sitting, I would have little dishes of candy out. And
Mom's big on the candy too.
It's not like I can control myself for eating it, but it's more like just to have it out as a treat for once in a while. But it's like if you're a grandma and you have the candy out, it's a treat when your grandkids come because they're not there every day. But when you have kids living there, you can't keep candy out because the kids and the husbands will eat it all.
That's happening with Mom's baking right now that she gave us. It's almost empty already.
Hey, first of all, stop bragging that you get to have your our mom's baking, because that's not something she can send to me. But yeah, I know it won't last. And that's how our candy canes. All the strawberry candy canes are gone, and it's not even Christmas.
I'm not a big candy cane person. I did buy them to put them on the tree downstairs, but I'm not even interested in having one of them.
I have some peppermint ones on the tree. I don't know where you can. There's one there. I have some peppermint ones on the tree, and there's some more peppermint ones, and the kids like those ones in their hot chocolate. But I bought some strawberry ones because I don't like mint much, and yeah, there's not even one strawberry one left for me.
I like the blueberry ones when I can find them.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of flavors here. I'm lucky I can find anything but peppermint. You know, when I go to buy toothpaste, all it is like you can get winter mint, spearmint, this kind of mint, minty mint, every type of mint toothpaste you want, but not yeah, it's hard to find any flavor. But I did find some cinnamon. Tina and Ryan sent me some cinnamon toothpaste from Canada, and I'm using that as well.
And I think Close Up, if you have that there, makes an orange flavored one.
Yeah, well, they used to, and they made cinnamon and orange, but I asked Tina that you can't get it anymore there. If you see it, buy some, and I'll get it from you next time I'm there, or you guys are here, or whatever. Samantha, I'm not going to get your mom to bake for me. You get your mom to bake for me. I'm not going to say no to baking. Yeah, I still need to make, like, it's 5 days till Christmas, and I still want to make my rum balls and my chocolates. But like I said, I am almost done everything. I need to just wrap gifts, and for the most part, I'm on top of things. There's lots of things that are non-Christmas that I have to do. But I did even get outside, is it yesterday or the day before? And I picked up all the dog poo, and I mowed the lawn. I know that sounds crazy right before Christmas, but, and I moved, yeah, because I took pictures and added them to Facebook today. And I put all my pots with, like, all my pots that have spring bulbs in them, like tulips and daffodils and all those things. They're starting to sprout a little bit. So I had to, and they were all stacked in one of my greenhouses. The greenhouse that doesn't have a door really and stuff right now. But I put them all out because they can't be stacked up, because then the sprouts start growing into the next pot, and the roots from that one go into that pot. So I had to separate them all. So anyway, so my point was I got outside to do some things that weren't Christmassy, but like a lot of my outside jobs are slacking right now while I do the Christmas stuff. But I'm almost ready. Tree has a few presents wrapped underneath it. Our room looks, for most of the time, we put all the presents in bags in the office, and I wrap in there. But it's just not working out this year that way, because I took so many pictures off the walls when we repainted the living room and dining room. And I don't know if I want to put them up in the same place. Plus, I have some new frames and stuff with my nieces and nephews' pictures and stuff that I want to put up. There's a bunch of frames on the desk that I usually wrap presents on in the office. So most of the presents are up in our bedroom right now, needing to be wrapped.
I haven't even started wrapping. I keep on saying I'm going to do that this weekend. I haven't.
Yeah, well, hopefully, because there's 5 days, if I can do this right, I might not be wrapping until 3 in the morning on Christmas Eve.
That sounds like me. That's how I do things. Actually, I'll be finishing my shopping Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh, I saw on the news today, but there was no sound on because I had muted the TV, but because it wasn't news on when I got in the room and muted it. But then the news came on, and I just saw it said Christmas shopping, and then it showed Costco, and then it showed this huge line outside of everybody waiting to get into the store, because of COVID. How you have to, and I was like, no. I'm glad that they're just getting what they have. Although I do have to get some stuff. Eric has a friend whose birthday it was, and we need to go tomorrow to the shop to get a couple things for her birthday present. Other things are coming in the post, in the mail, as soon as they get here. And there's something. What else did I need to do? I need. You know what? The kids got a gingerbread house to put together, but I need to get some little like jujubes and candies and things to decorate the gingerbread house with. So I have to go out and do that tomorrow.
It didn't come with the gingerbread kit? Ours comes with all the candies and stuff to decorate it.
Yeah, that's true. Usually it does. So I don't know why I'm thinking it wouldn't, but maybe I'll just get some other ones too. But I do have some sprinkles and stuff like that. Anyways, with 5 days, I think I can do it. I think I can wrap gifts and then get the rum balls and chocolates made and be ready for Christmas. I think I can do this. Oh, did I say that Mom said to show me the cookies?
What? Show
Mom
you the
said,
cookies.
yeah, show me your cookies.
She'll see how empty the bucket is. Okay, you want me to go grab them?
Yeah.
I'll show you the cookies. Okay, one sec.
I'll show you guys the nice little festive baskets that I got as gifts that I need to give away still. So this is one of them. And this is live. So there's a rose in there and a little conifer and a little succulent and some ivy. So that's a small one that I have as a gift for a friend. I'm going to leave on their doorstep. And then this is a big one. And it's super cute. And again, it's live plants in it. So there's a white rose in this one and a few house plants stuff. So I thought those would be nice gifts, non-traditional gifts. But I'm using them as a decoration right now on my rambling hour. So what do you have? Now let us see.
Not much to show you.
Oh my God, is that like 3 things left? Yeah.
It's like a chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom, that's all that's left.
I think it has a refill program. If you bring the bucket back to the place you got them, I think it might get refilled.
I am hoping.
Do you remember that we just talked about that last week or the week before about a Christmas tradition and the chocolates that I'm going to make and how Grandma McDermott, which actually is what my mom is called now, Grandma McDermott, used to make, so my dad's mom used to make buckets of candies and chocolates and cookies and everything for all her kids, so the aunties and uncles, so our family, mom and dad and us kids, would get one big bucket of cookies and chocolates from my grandma. Do you remember that? And now our mom's doing that, giving you a bucket of treats.
There, you can see my tree a little bit better now.
Yes, you can. I can turn mine as well, if you want.
You're actually on my window ledge. That's where you are right now.
Your lighting is good, so. And I hung the baubles. I don't know if you can see them in any of the shots, but I hung the baubles from my sister-in-law, Helen. Can you see this one? Yeah. They are in and around.
I have to zoom in.
Yeah, it's okay. The ones that I showed you guys last week, the ones that Helen made. So, before we go, what else was I going to say? Christmas traditions. Okay, so this is my last rambling hour before Christmas, but I am going to be on Christmas Eve to read A Night Before Christmas for my little nieces and nephews, including Samantha's kids, who are like my nieces. And, oh yes, Mom is Grandma McDermott, or Grandma Marie, but we also called her, because it was her birthday a couple days ago, so again, hope you had a good birthday, Mom. And we sent her a video of us singing, and it said, happy birthday to Grandma Canada.
Grandma Canada. We did a Zoom conference call on Mom's birthday. So it would have been too late for you guys, but so Bill was on it from his work up in the mines, and Tara and Shay and Haley and Tina and Ryan and Declan and Felicity, and Mom was there, and then me here. And so we were on the Zoom conference call, all of us, and we sat and we built gingerbread houses while we visited with everyone. It was really neat.
Well, that's what Tina meant. She said everybody built a gingerbread house, but she didn't explain that you guys were doing it while you were on the live call. I thought it was just a way to connect, that you all built them and maybe showed them on. But that was, yes. So what Melody's talking about, my sister Tina sent me some pictures. My mom was at my sister Tina's house with her kids and her husband, and then they had the computer and stuff on the kitchen table and Zoom calling, like I said, like Melody said, her at her house with her boys, and my brother is up working, and then his wife and kids were on it. So it was a Zoom call, and so my mom got to have all of them together. The only reason that I wasn't invited was because when I talked to my mom, on video chat before I was going to bed. So what was 11 o'clock at night here was, no, she had to be at my sister Tina's by 5. So I talked to her just before that. So 6, 7. No, I'm going backwards. Hang on. So 5. So yeah, it was 11 at night here. So that would have been 5 in the evening for you guys. So when you guys say you were on video chat for 5:30, that'd be 11:30 or 6. That would have been midnight.
Yeah, 6 o'clock I think is when we started.
Yeah, so that would have been midnight for us, so it wouldn't have been the same. But I did talk to Mom on her birthday, and that was good. So I'm glad she had all the kids together.
Oh,
and the funny thing is, yeah.
Maybe we're talking the same thing.
Yeah.
While we were all doing the conference call and we're talking to each other, we hear ding dong at Tina's place. So Tina goes and answers the door. And it is my best friend, Karen, who does flowers. She was hand delivering flowers. We didn't know who they were from. We thought maybe they were from Karen. But as Mom opened them on the whole conference call, they were from Lisa and Steve in England. So we got to see her open the flowers that you guys got Karen to deliver. It was really neat.
Yeah, Dr. Tina said it was like we were there too in a way, because and I had planned Karen, because Karen works at a flower shop, she does arrangements and stuff, and I had planned for Karen to, like, for an arrangement to be sent to my mom for her birthday, but then I said, I just talked to Mom before she was leaving to Tina's, and she said she had to be there at 5. So then I messaged Karen and said that I didn't know what to do.
Oh my God.
I didn't know if they had tried to deliver them during the day. They hadn't, which is good. But, with everything going on with COVID, I didn't think Mom would be going anywhere on her birthday. But, of course, she had doctor's appointments or eye appointments or something on her birthday, so she wouldn't have been home during the day. And then when she said she was going to be gone to Tina's for 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm very grateful to Karen for going all the way out to Tina's to deliver the flowers by hand. And that is cool that not only did she deliver them to where Mom was, she that they got there right when you guys were all having the thing, so it was like a little part of that I was there too. So, and did you see the picture Tina took with Mom and the flowers?
No.
It's a gorgeous picture. I want to add it to Facebook, but I was just playing with it. Like, I put one with like snow over it and stuff, but it's really pretty.
No, I haven't seen any photos that Tina did.
That's because you were on conference call, so Tina sent me the pictures because I wasn't there, even on conference call. But I love technology. I'm so grateful for technology. And even this, like, having memories with you. I know you've been my guest for the last 3 weeks, but it's Christmas time, so it just makes sense that you and I would spend lots of time together. And then having Mom watching and everything else, and it's just, it's just great. It makes me happy for Christmas. So 5 sleeps, which just reminds me that the elf has to do something tonight. I think I have an idea. I do have an idea of what the elf's gonna be doing tonight. So yes, 5 sleeps, but we should go because it's almost 9:30 and it's late for us, sort of. But I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I had to do. But I was saying about I'm going to be reading The Night Before Christmas on Christmas Eve. I haven't decided on time yet exactly, but I'm going to talk to Samantha and then my sister Tina because it's mostly for their 2-year-olds and then anybody else who wants to tune in to me reading it. And I'll figure out a time that works for everybody. I was explaining it to Steve and saying, like, reading it as a bedtime story, but he said that you probably don't want to read it right before they go to bed because they are supposed to be like getting calm and everything else, right? So watching, not that reading a story to them in person would help them go to sleep, but it's a bit more, I'm loud and I'm not really the relaxing right before bed type, right? It's not going to be
not an ASMR kind of girl, hey?
What?
ASMR?
SAMR. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's like the whispering storytelling. Like, they're still loud, but they're talking like this. It's supposed to be calming. I don't think I could do it either.
That doesn't. But yeah, I mean, Samantha asked me to read it, but it's Steve. I love his voice for meditation when he does the meditations. I know I'm biased because he's my husband, but I really do like listening to his voice for meditations. And he's a good storyteller because he'll do different voices. He can do so many accents, and he puts on the characters. And I will try to do that, but yeah.
Well,
I
did do a guided meditation. I did do a guided meditation with Steve when we were up in England, when we went to that one workshop. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with his voice. Like, yeah.
And his and Jackie's guided meditations are actually available for download. If you go to the Feathers Academy website, there you'll find them, and you can actually download their meditations from their first CD now. Instead of them having to make new CDs and then ship them out to people who order the CDs, you can get the meditations on their Feathers Academy website.
That's really neat.
Yeah, and yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'll try to remember to put a link to it underneath this live or somewhere on my Facebook. Yes, is there anything else you want to say for Christmas? This is not going to be my background next week. Nothing to do with Christmas. I won't have my decorations down until after New Year's, but next week my background will probably have to do with New Year's, just because it'll be my first one right before New Year's Eve, and then it'll be the new year after that. So.
Mm-hmm. No, just wish all the girls a Merry Christmas, and I hope the week leading up to it is full of laughs and baking and joy and games and just family love.
Good. Yours too. I hope you guys have a good Christmas, even though it's a simple Christmas this year. We're just with a few people home. Lena, come here. Get out of the presents. Come here. Come on. Up. Good girl. My baby. No, now she's leaning against me. So, okay, well, yes, I am
getting your old lady sweater out.
This is my blankie.
Oh yeah, your blankie for your legs.
Yeah, and then, well, no, I had it as a background, but now this one's still on this chair. Anyways, I will see you guys next week for the 13th episode of the Rambling Hour for season 1. I'm going to, as soon as it becomes 2021, that'll be where I start season 2. So I will see you then, and it'll be the same time, 8 p.m. for UK time and 1 p.m. for Mountain Standard Time. So I can't say who my guests will be next week, or if I'll even have one, if I'll allow my sister to be so lucky. And I love you guys.
Your little comment there on the book I'm reading with Anne Charles, the author. If you have a chance to check out some of her Jackrabbit Junction books, it is funny because there is the 3 sisters in there, the Morgan sisters, and the youngest one is a school teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then the the middle one, and then the oldest one. And so while I'm reading these books, I just keep on thinking, like, what if this was us? Like, what if this was our life? And it's hilarious. Like, the more books you get into the series, the more like all the sisters are together getting into kind of trouble.
So is the middle one a bit crazy?
Pardon me?
Is the middle sister a bit crazy?
No, the youngest one becomes pregnant. And what happens, I guess, is when like the women get pregnant in that family, like from the man's line or whatever, they kind of go a little cuckoo. So she keeps on ending up in jail. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Well,
or like the one that I just finished reading was called it was a little novella. It's called like the Turkey Tango or something. It was about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so the youngest sister, Kate, who's pregnant, sees this wild turkey running around. And she's like, oh, we got to save it. Like, it's not safe for it. So the oldest sister, Ronnie, says, like, we're not going to save this turkey. Like, are you crazy? And so Katie jumps out of the car and she's going to go save this wild turkey. Oh my gosh. Like, even if you don't read the rest, like, just try to look for that, the Wild Turkey Tango.
So what's the name of the book series?
The Jackrabbit Junction series by Anne Charles.
Anne Charles. Okay, yeah, I will look for it and I will read it. And do you notice that I know we have an adopted sister, Amber, so there's 4 of us, but biologically there's 3 of us, and that's the right amount to have a is it called a covenant for witches?
Okay.
You know, 3 witches, and you usually need 3 for spells to work and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as the same with the girls here, they have a stepsister, but there's 3 of them biologically, so it's like another covenant. And I think it's cool that I named the girls all A names, and then their stepsister's name is Amy. What are the chances?
That is pretty. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, another A. So, all right. So yeah, I'm so excited for Christmas. I am exhausted as most of the time leading up to Christmas because you're just trying to get everything done. But I am very excited as well. So 5 sleeps till Christmas. I'll see you guys on Christmas Eve if you want to tune into me reading the I was going to say the Nightmare Before Christmas, but that's not what it's. The night before Christmas. And then other than that, I will see you next Sunday at the regular time for my rambling hour. So thank you, Melody, for being here. And thank
Always
you,
a pleasure.
It is for me too. I'm so glad that we can spend some time together this Christmas season. And I will and thank you for everybody watching and tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this rambling hour about Christmas. And yeah, if you guys want to comment, tell me any interesting Christmas memories, Christmas stories, Christmas traditions. I will love to hear them. And yes, so we always do to Felicity and Danielle and stuff when we say goodbye. And I do it to my mom too. So bye, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I caught it.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Bye, Melody. Bye, everyone.
Love you.
Merry Christmas to everyone who said Merry Christmas. And bye.
Merry Christmas to everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.